Alright, so this is my presentation for Unit 9 and 11. So first of all, here we've got the requirements that the client gave us at the start of this project. So we've got an app that customers can order in a quick and straightforward way, whilst they also have full control of the customization of their order. And then we've got allow customers to see the progress of their orders in real time, like when the order's been put through, when it's prepping, when it's in the oven, cooked, and all that. And then this one wasn't a necessity, but they said they would like it to be added. So show where the delivery driver is when their order is out for delivery, so obviously they can track it. The customers need to be able to pay online, and the target users of all of this are the customers, staff, and management team. So here we've got two different types of ways that this can be coded. The first one is Visual Basics. This is a design tool used to build a traditional Windows program, and then instead of writing lines of code, which can be boring, you use something called a toolbox to drag and drop visual parts, which are like text boxes and buttons on a blank window. To keep this organized, you'll use something called group boxes, and creating different sections such as customer information, select size, and extra topping, whatever they want on their pizza. Every part you add, you use the properties windows change two things. That is text and text and name. The text is for what the user reads, and the name is the barcode in the code, which basically sets it up. Radio buttons will be used so the customer can only choose one size. And then the checkboxes are used for toppings so that the customers can have as many as they choose. After creating a process order button, this will run a script which displays the total amount in money. This is a good choice because it's highly visual and stable. This is the choice if you want to see your app take shape rather than just look at, again, a lot of lines of code. And it makes it almost impossible for users to make mistakes as it guides you through the process. Next, we've got HTML. You would start by opening the Notepad, or anything similar, but Notepad's the easiest one where you can write out your code. You'll keep your code on one side of the screen and then a blank browser on the other side, so you can save it and then see your changes instantly. Set the structure. You would need to use tags, which is HTML and body. This basically defines the page. And then to make sure the app is smart and will like develop and listen to what you make, you need to put everything in between two head tags, which will build the visual elements. By creating an object that stores all your shop's colors in one place called a branding box, then you will build your inventory by giving each item an ID label and a price. You'll make it easy for the community to know and track what the customer picked, which makes it a working system, obviously. Lastly, you will create a script anchor, which will be where your buttons and menus will eventually appear. This solution is brilliant because it is accessible on any device through either just a link or file, which means the client doesn't have to download anything to access it, which isn't the case on Visual Basic, as you can only access that on a Windows device and you have to have it downloaded. And this will also teach you how to use state logic where the computer remembers the selections. Here we have comparative analysis. The pros of the app is it's a smoother experience, more visually pleasing than a website or mobile device, and can choose to add biometric security to get more protection. The Conti app could potentially have a negative impact on device. If app is OS dependent and might not be usable for everyone, can consume considerate storage space on the device. Pros of the website, which is the Visual Basic, because that's more of a web page even with the app, that doesn't take up storage space, compatible on any platform, which isn't the case for that one. So yeah, updates are much simpler, so site will be rarely shut down. Security risk of hacking, malware, and DDoS attacks depends on the internet connection. Could quickly become outdated if not consistently updated. Then on the right here we have my table, which is the features and compares the two of them. Ease of use, simple and clear, but only on a Windows PC, and HTML will work on any device and updates immediately. Ease of building, it's much easier for beginners to drag and drop than to write lines of code. For HTML, develop context despite complex syntax. Once the logic is done, it will be done automatically. Scalability can be time consuming to redo windows if menu size increases, but with HTML, only have to update the list of pieces and it will expand its layout to fit. And then accessibility, Visual Basic client must have a Windows computer and must install a .exe file. And then, as I mentioned, the HTML only need a link/file, and it will open in the browser. No need to install anything for that. This is my data flow diagram for my logical design. As you can see, start, customer takes order, order received, and then it splits in two different directions. One, the customer sees, the kitchen receives the order is made, the order is handed off to the delivery driver, and then goes to the customer, and that's the end. And on the other side, the inventory management system takes the stock off based on what was ordered, and then the order gets stored in the system, which also leads to the end there. But if this is what you'll need for the actual physical part of it, you'll need a computer to be able to access the software, monitor to be able to see the screen, keyboard to be able to type code, mouse to be able to navigate Visual Studio, headphones to listen to sounds if you need to, if there's any like sounds in the website or something, server which store the application, RAM to have the app open, fan to have the computer not overheat, and then the software need will be Visual Studio if I choose to use that one, to have a place to create the app, and then the code, which will be for HTML, is to make the app. And then the key fundamental features will be loading time, payment options, process follow, and quick process. Here is the free view rationale. Functionality allows the user to make an account, make an order, pay through card or cash on delivery, track order progress, get told when it's out for delivery, track the delivery driver, and static data. It stores customer data such as name, email address, phone number, and home address, order history and inventory, and in the event it responds to inputs within 2 to 3 seconds, which was one of the demands of the client. And then here we've got my UML diagram. Obviously, as you can see, as the UML diagram. Then here you have got the you've got the entity relationship diagram, which is a tad blurry, but this one is app, that is order, that is kitchen, that is supplier, that is delivery, that is user, and then that is user details. And then that is pretty much it for my presentation on the app. Obviously, here's the feedback form for it with my QR code in the corner. But thank you for listening.